When we see a superhero, of course we will recognize it more easily when we see the costume directly. That's why a superhero can look so iconic in his costume. One example is Wolverine. With his claws and yellow costume, we always remember that this figure is Wolverine, and that has been his trademark for a long time. Interestingly, there are several superheroes who have very expensive costumes when they are shown in a film. Who are the most expensive superhero costumes? Check out the following. Number 5. Captain America. Captain America, played by Chris Evans, made his MCU debut in the film Captain America, the First Avenger, which was released in 2011. This film was directed by Joe Johnston. Steve Rogers was originally a weak, skinny man who signed up to participate in a military experimental program known as the Super Soldier Serum. After undergoing the procedure, he gained superhuman physical strength and abilities.
How do you feel?
Captain America's signature red, white, and blue costume, as well as his famous round shield, have become iconic in the MCU. The shield is made of Vibranium, a super rare metal. Well, what's interesting is that Captain America's costume, which looks simple, actually had a high level of complexity when it was made. That's why it's very expensive to make. At the Chicago Comic and Entertainment Expo in April 2012, the costume worn by Captain America in the First Avenger was auctioned for $228,000. It earned $30,000 more than expected. Number 4. Batman. Christian Bale first appeared as Batman/Bruce Wayne in the film Batman Begins, directed by Christopher Nolan. This is the beginning of the Dark Knight trilogy. For the role of Batman, Christian Bale underwent an intensive physical training program to get a strong and athletic body. He works with a personal trainer to achieve a physical appearance that suits the character. The Dark Knight, starring Christian Bale, is the most iconic Batman film in history. It became one of the highest-grossing film franchises ever. When it comes time to auction off the Dark Knight suit, it's natural that a massive amount of money will be required to acquire the suit. Bloomberg reports that a private collector paid $250,000 for Bale's official Batsuit from The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Rises. That means each of the costumes cost $125,000. Even though the costume looks quite simple, it turns out to be very expensive. But there is historical value in having this costume to display at home. Number 3. Black Panther. Black Panther, played by Chadwick Boseman, made his MCU debut in the film Captain America: Civil War, 2016. T'Challa is the Prince of Wakanda who holds the title of Black Panther. T'Challa takes over the throne of Wakanda after the death of his father, T'Chaka, in a terrorist attack on the United Nations, which is a major event in Captain America: Civil War. Black Panther certainly looks stunning, especially thanks to his epic costume. No one would have thought that the Black Panther costume in the MCU would be one of the most expensive costumes ever made. Ruth Carter, the Black Panther costume designer, revealed that the cost of making a Black Panther costume was very expensive. In an interview with Coveteur, Carter said, "Black Panther should have about 20 costumes. However, the price is quite expensive, with one costing up to $300,000.
From the comic book page to the screen.
Of course, the price of the costume is very expensive, considering that Marvel Studios has an obligation to introduce Black Panther as the leader of the richest empire in the MCU. So it's only natural that T'Challa wears his best clothes and looks his best.
Anyway.
Number 2. Iron Man. Iron Man, played by Robert Downey Jr., made his debut in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, MCU, through the film Iron Man, which was released in 2008. This film was directed by Jon Favreau. Tony Stark is known as the creator of advanced weapons and technology. His life changes when he is captured by a terrorist group and forced to make a powerful weapon. Instead, he created the Iron Man suit to escape. As time went by, Tony Stark continued to develop and improve his Iron Man suit. Each version has technological updates and more advanced capabilities. Tony Stark is also one of the founding members of the Avengers. He plays a key role in forming this superhero team to fight greater threats. So, to bring Iron Man to the MCU, Marvel Studios poured in huge funds. The Richest reports that the iconic red and gold Iron Man suit featured in the first Iron Man film was stolen from a storage facility in Los Angeles that houses his film props. According to an official report filed with the police department, the stolen suits were estimated to be worth a total of $325,000. Of course, that's a fantastic number for a superhero costume. Number 1. Shazam. Shazam, also known as the character Billy Batson, was introduced in that suit through the film Shazam, which was released in 2019. This film was directed by David F. Sandberg. Billy Batson can only become Shazam after he says the word Shazam. This transformation gives him incredible power. He could even be a worthy opponent if he had to deal with Superman. Shazam has incredible physical strength, speed, intelligence, and the ability to release lightning. This power comes from 6 gods who symbolize wisdom, strength, stamina, endurance, speed, and courage. Even though the budget for making the film Shazam is not very large, there are interesting facts about the costumes. The price of the Shazam costume is very expensive. Even his costume is more expensive than other superheroes in that suit. The costume designer for Shazam in the first film confirmed that each of the 10 costumes created for the film cost more than $1 million. Meanwhile, David F. Sandberg stated that he did not know for sure how much the Shazam costume actually cost.
He came up with this Greek pattern in his suit as a callback to the origins of the mythological Greek gods, which is the source of it.
These are some of the most expensive superhero costumes ever made. These costumes are of course quite familiar because we have seen them on the screen. Among these costumes, which one is your favorite? That's enough for this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel to help us to more enthusiastic about presenting other top 10 videos. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.